Somehow, I ended up with a printer in the basement of my home, even though the whole point of getting a warehouse was to get the 3D printers out of your house. So we gotta move this guy back. Wife's not happy, so must go to the warehouse. Alright, so I thought it would be a good idea to come to the warehouse at 9 p.m. at night. The family's at home sleeping. So I had the A1 with the top mount on here. I don't know if you guys can see, but the top of my trunk kind of ends right here, and so the top mount didn't go on. It wouldn't fit with it here, so I kind of had it pushed onto this ledge so that it was like tilted a little bit. And so when I reversed the car, the entire top mount broke off. So I don't know how severe the break was, but hopefully we can just get this fixed and put right back on. I guess we'll see. Alright, no harm, no foul. We were able to just, looks like the latch just unlatched itself when it fell in my car, and all set up, ready to go back on its shelf. Alright, the A1 is back in its original spot. So also wanted to just show you guys some of the failures that we often get here. Just came in, this guy, bed adhesion issue right there. I don't even know how this happened, but the spool on the top mount literally just fell off. So we gotta get that back up. Alright, so we also have this entire bin here full of these damaged minis. Some of them didn't complete. Actually, most of them didn't complete. Some of them just have some layer lines. So the plan with this entire bin is, in about a week, we will make a listing on TikTok and just try to sell these as like damaged, maybe 10 packs or 5 packs. And we'll just try to recoup some money that we lost here. And it's a good way for us to recycle. You know, we'll sell these for like $5 for a 10 pack or something like that, instead of throwing them out. So we just got to the warehouse. I have the wife with me today. There she is. She's gonna help prepackage some mini animal packs, the 1 packs, the 2 packs, and the 3 packs. Just because we're getting flooded with orders. I think we're just over 900 orders right now on TikTok, and we're selling on our website and on Etsy. So just want to prepare as much as we can for Q4 and get everything prepackaged. People ask me what I do for exhaust. This is kind of what we do in the mornings, is come in, I have this fan blowing out that way, and also we open up the bay door in the morning for like an hour. I have this giant fan that I just bought from Home Depot that just pushes and circulates the air from inside to out. And we only do this for about an hour in the morning because right now, where we're at, it's very hot and humid. It's like 85 to 90 degrees every day, 50% humidity. So we just do this for an hour just to vent out some air. And then we will close everything in about an hour. We have our AC here, just circulating the air. We have 3 HEPA filters right now in the space. We have one on my desk there. We have another one on top of one of these printers, I think right up there. And I ordered 2 more of these pretty giant HEPA filters that are rated for 1,800 square feet. That might be a little bit overkill, but you know, better safe than sorry. So that's kind of where we're at with ventilation. Alright, so I'm at the outside of my building, and I realized that these windows here, it looks like I'm able to maybe pry open these up from the handles on the inside. So I might try to do that later today, to open these up. And then I have these window fans that I might just put here to exhaust air throughout the day. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but we'll see. That's another idea that I had. All right, so basically what we'll do is we'll just grab 2 different types of eggs here, 1, 2, and we'll just go down the line and prepackage these with as many different. We got the 2, and then what we'll do is we'll just grab our box over here and just pre-package them. And we'll just stack the completed 2-packs and the completed 3-packs here. These are all single packs that are already good to go. So this is just a way for us to speed up the process of when we ship it and pack it. So when people order multiple packs, we already have them pre-packaged. We don't have to go down the line and package them. So that's what we're going to do today. Spend maybe an hour doing this and getting rid of all the minis that we already have here. All right, so unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to resort to adding brims to these. I try to avoid adding brims as much as possible, but just because of the scale of these minis and how small they are on the build plate, it seems like a lot of these are just failing constantly. Well, I already cleaned this one up, but this one had a whole blob here that messed up. And yeah, so I even tried, so like these orcas got messed up. I even tried using glue. I know that you're not supposed to really be using glue on the textured PEI sheet, but I use glue anyway. I changed some of the settings. I slowed the speed down, and we're still getting print failures constantly on some of the models. Not all of them. So let me see this guy. It's just some models. I don't know why, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and add a brim to a handful of them. It's annoying because obviously with the brim, you have to clean up the brim. It takes a lot of time to do a lot of these individual pieces. So I guess that's better than having these prints constantly fail. So we're gonna go do that. I'm gonna go on the computer and restart some of these printers with the brims. All right, so here's some of the settings that I changed. First, we increased the initial layer height a little bit to 0.22. Also changed the infill to gyroid. Also decreased the speed of our initial layer infill. And under others, I didn't change that, but I changed the settings of the plastic to the texture PEI. I did increase the bed temperature to 70 degrees. I also went over to my settings overrides and I enabled the Z-hop to 1 millimeters, which is a very large amount. Z-hop type normal, and so all these changes, these guys are still coming off the build plate. So unfortunately, we're going to just go back and add a brim. We'll do outer brim only, and what I like to do is I like to set the brim object to 0.24. This allows for a somewhat easier cleanup, while still having the effectiveness of the brim. So this is what I will do, and we'll see how that goes. And this is what I'm talking about with the humidity here when I'm opening the doors. Just look at all this string here. Luckily, a quick and easy way to get rid of this is just to use a heat gun, and all of these kind of just get cleaned off pretty easily. And I am too lazy to dry my filament. All right, so as a last resort, before we go and add the brims, we're going to take some dish Dawn soap here, and we have our textured PEI sheet. We're just going to give this a nice scrub to get rid of any oils that you might have contaminated the bed plate with when you're with your hands, because you're not supposed to really use your hands and touch these PEI sheets. So once in a while, I'll just come here, and we have the Dawn dish soap. We have just a little scrubbing pad, and we'll just gently scrub this down and rinse it with warm water, and clean it with 99% IPA alcohol, and see if that fixes the bed adhesion plates. So for these minis, not all of them are experiencing these failures, but some of them are. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this. I've tried glue, I've tried changing the print settings, slowing down the print speed on the A1s. It seems like just some of these just need either a brim or a better adhesion. And again, I don't think glue sticks work well with the texture PEI sheet. So I ordered a bunch of smooth PEI sheets, which are supposed to be better for PLA prints just in general. And that should hopefully resolve our issues. I don't really want to print with a brim because of the time that you need to take to clean up all the prints, take off the brims and whatnot. So that is like my last resort. I don't want to do that. So we're going to give this a try on this print before we go ahead and add the brim. So I'll start this up today, see how it goes for the rest of the day, and if it doesn't So obviously you don't want to touch the sheet with your hand again. So we'll just grab it on the corner here and go over to the build plate. All right, so we're changing out the nozzle on this A1. It's clogged. So pro tip, this is how the nozzle comes off. So I have pliers here, you just take it off. And pro tip, you should apply some thermal grease onto this area here. I know it doesn't include thermal grease, but I've read, and from my experience, the thermal grease sort of, it makes the, I guess the heating block heat more efficiently. So just take some of this thermal grease here and we'll just apply it. Just onto the back, just like that. And put it right back on. All right, so just finished with lunch, heading back to the warehouse. I stopped home to get these lights that I had in my basement with the tripod legs. So we're just gonna go back to the warehouse for a couple hours, what's going on, and maybe see if we need to research some printers and do some cleanup at the warehouse. Also, on a side note, I keep getting questions and comments about like what size I scale my eggs at, what size I scale my minis at. And I've answered this question multiple times in the comments, I don't know, in various other videos, and kind of got me thinking, like, what? I used to be that person that always commented on someone's post, whether it was on Facebook, Reddit, YouTube. I would ask them, somebody posted a picture of their print farm. The first question that probably like 80% of the people on there are asking was like, oh, what are you printing? And there's been times in this business where I've tried to look at someone else's business, see what they're printing. I would stalk people's Etsy shop, people's website, and I would be like, oh, you know what? I bet if I sell the same thing they're selling, I will be just as successful in selling what they're selling. Or that was really my mindset when I first started out in the early days of 3D printing. And then over the years, you realize that honestly, it does not matter what you do in terms of like copying someone else's prints or designs or whatever. You can go and follow one of the most successful 3D printing Etsy stores and copy everything that they sell, and probably wouldn't be anywhere near as successful as them. So there's something else to the selling of 3D prints that goes outside of the scope of figuring out what to sell. I'm not saying that finding what to sell is not important, right? I think, but use your creative minds in a way, use what is up here. I think that differentiates you more than knowing what another seller's selling. So it's just I guess going on a off tangent of people who continue to ask me what size my prints are, what am I printing, what colors I'm using, all that stuff. Like that, honestly, that stuff's not important. Right? You need to find out what your strengths are, what your niche is. If you go out there and copy exactly what I do, I can probably say with a high rate of confidence that you'll probably fail. Again, I don't think it's because it's the product itself. It's more about how you differentiate yourself in the market. And really learning how to sell is a skill in its own. So yeah, just want to leave you with that thought. So by the way, I was just in a toy fair earlier this weekend, and one of the booths there was a guy selling 3D printed stuff. So he had like light boxes, he had these cool Lego figurines, dragons, eggs, other things. I took a quick like 5-second video. I didn't want to be like a weirdo and just record his booth. So here's a clip, and it's pretty interesting because I know a lot of people who are very successful with 3D printing at craft fairs or conventions, you name it. You can have a booth set up and you can show off your 3D prints. And something that I've noticed a lot of is that people who are not familiar with 3D printing, who see 3D prints up close, and we can use these dragons as an example, but really anything that like stands out and that's like cool, has vibrant colors, articulates, People just are not familiar with 3D printing and what you can produce with it. So it's like this other world to them when they see it, especially when they hold it, they touch it, and they see the colors and what, like, most people don't know what a 3D printer is, or what it does, but when they see the physical product, like, it just, something about that is a very unique experience. So I just want to leave you with that as well. All right, we're back at the warehouse. We're just going to wrap it up for today, and what we're going to do is basically just go in and take some promotional videos for TikTok. We're going to do these, like, come with me as I pack your order videos. And what I like to do is, for people who order off TikTok, I like to maybe include an extra mini or two in their eggs if it can fit. And I wanted to actually show you, well, I guess some people might not know this, but TikTok actually gives you like these little mini challenges, or I guess they call it missions, on here, where you can do these tasks, and TikTok will give you rewards. And some of these rewards are a lot. So for instance, if you look at this, post 5 video this week and get coupon rewards, $500 in vouchers. So if you complete this task, basically if you post 5 videos this week, you will unlock $500 in vouchers. And these are vouchers that TikTok, and so these are videos, these are coupons, and essentially this is money that TikTok giving to you. That promotion is passed on to the consumer, but you still get the full amount. So if it's like a $5 off coupon, the customer gets the $5 off on their end, but TikTok gives you the $5 back on your end. So I heard this statistic the other day while watching a video that TikTok is losing about about $2 billion per year on their TikTok shop platform. So they are investing heavily into their platform, and they're trying to essentially make it like a one-stop shop for everything. So you go on the app, right? You see videos, you can buy stuff directly on the app, and you never leave the app. So that's their hope, is that people just stay on the app, watching videos, buying products, and so they're dumping money into this to try to compete with the other e-commerce brands like Amazon, Temu, Etsy. So listen, my suggestion is, if you're not on TikTok and you're trying to do 3D printing, I highly suggest that you try to get on it. It's a great way to engage with your community, build your brand, and there have been widely successful people on TikTok. But I mean, I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, pun intended. So I still sell on like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, like those platforms I'm very familiar with all of them, but if you're not familiar with TikTok Shop, I really suggest that you try to learn it, and I think it would be great for your business, especially with 3D printing. You can do lives where you show off your 3D prints. It's a great way to get rid of like your damaged prints, and just, especially like with the minis, a lot of people do, like, you can live pick what animals you want in your egg. I don't have the time to do that, so I just sell them in mystery packs and allow people to just put notes in their orders. But there's a lot of creative people that you can look at on the platform and get inspired by, and then try to do your own thing. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take this fan. I had this fan in the basement of my home, and I have 2 of these actually. So I don't know if 2 will fit into this window. I'll show you guys in a little bit. But basically the idea is to have one fan, we can do like an exchange where one fan sucks air in and one fan blows air out. So I'm going to see how well it fits into this window that I just figured that I could open. Let me get behind there and show you guys. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. This window actually just pops open here. And then I have this fan here that I'm going to plug in and see how this fits. Hopefully I can fit 2 here. I don't know if I can, but this space is very tight. And this will just serve as a little bit of an exhaust solution for us. Alright, change of plans. I scrapped the entire thing. I don't think it makes sense for us to keep that window open. It's like 90 degrees. It's extremely humid outside, and I'm worried that the plastic will absorb the humidity, considering that window is right by the printers. So again, like I said, we have 3 HEPA filters in here. I ordered 2 more, 2 like larger ones rated up to 1,800 square feet. I also ordered an air VOC meter reader to measure the air quality measuring meter in here, to see if just see how the air quality is with the HEPA filters on, and if there's any, sign of risk or anything like that, right? I want to keep this place as safe as possible for myself, my employees that work here, and yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted in the next video. Bye.